This tournament is presented by Old Cranky Man Collectibles. Get off my lawn!
Man YouTube channel. My name is Blake, and I'm here with Stefan.
Hello, I'm Stefan.
So today we're gonna be watching some Canadian Highlander.
Oh, indeed we are. A real quick question: what are the points on Seeker Walk?
Spellseeker and Time Walk.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And
Deck's good.
Crafts points are Mox Academy.
Yeah, that seems right. I've played against that deck. It can make fast mana and then hurt you very bad with it. I'm sort of interested to see how this game goes. I know you've seen it before, but
Well, I did watch bits and pieces of it. I don't have the play-by-play memorized by any stretch of the imagination. Can't even tell you who wins for sure.
Oh, good. I like that.
But Marsh Flats from Luke to get things started off.
Yeah. So Luke traditionally our Lurin player.
Yeah, and a similar deck here. He's got Mana Dorks. He's got a toolbox, Dark Slick Shores, a Mox Diamond, discarding a Bloodstained Mire.
Yep, got
Welder,
double.
followed by a Lotus Petal.
Oh my god.
We're going off.
No. Yeah, we got Trinket Mage. What are we getting?
What is he gonna get?
Is this a 1 or 0, right?
So we were talking about it's 1 or less. Yep, 1 or 0. So we were talking about how the Seeker Walk deck is a little bit of a toolbox. Also a little bit of a toolbox. I believe that is a Soul Guide Lantern.
That's the alternate art Soul Guide Lantern.
So that is what do you call it? Brothers War retro artifacts.
That's there we go. Yeah. I opened one of these, but it wasn't the cool art.
Is there multiple arts for the retro artifacts?
Yeah, there is the regular art.
So it has the regular one, and then it has the, what do you call that?
The blueprint art.
The blueprint, yeah.
Yeah, the schematic art. Some people.
So Luke cracked his Marsh Flats and found Aspara's headquarters.
The Triome, the non-Triome Triome.
Getting on board with the Triome there. I don't like these.
Which ones?
Hot take.
The Triomes?
I don't like Triomes.
I think that they have become a weird, necessary part of our format where...
And you're not wrong. I just hate them.
Yeah. It's like fetch lands at this point. Like if you're in that color, we've got was that a Trop or a Taiga?
That's a Tundra and a Charmed Prince.
One day I'll know the difference between a Tundra and a Taiga. Not today. He's choosing to scry too on ETB.
Yep, looks like he's scrying.
Yeah.
Is it Charming Prince?
You always like the top-bottom combo with the scry. Feel good about your next draw. You got rid of something bad. I didn't see what you did.
But you don't feel bad if you're the opponent, because it could have been top, and then you're like,
oh my god,
groan.
Straight gas. Whenever my opponent, what is that? Looks like a TARDIS.
A secret layer of some kind?
No, I think it's a proxy. It might be Is it
a Mox Sapphire, maybe? So he played an Expedition map, Soul Guide Lantern, and that is a Grindstone.
Oh yeah, combo piece. He
does so run. The Grixis Welder deck does have several infinite combos in it. One of them, of course, being the Grindstone and the Painter's Servant.
Yep. I was playing against this deck with my Boros polymorph deck, and he could not kill me with that.
For an Uro, Luke's going to gain 3, draw a card, puts an Arid Mesa into play, passes back to Craft.
Yeah, unfortunately, Craft does have the Soul Guide Lantern there, so, what is
Uro probably not coming back in this case.
He played, what's-her-face, the Lady in the Lake.
Emery
Lurker Lock. Yeah. Oh, there goes an Urza Saga. Not an artifact, just an enchantment. Unplayable. All I got a.
Oh, what else he milled there? I think that's a plains. No, that's definitely not a plains. He's not
It
playing.
looked like a couple lands. I think the Saga is the important one. He's got that. I think Emery is probably, if Emery lives, she's probably going to bring back that Lotus Petal. Just get that incremental advantage of
Yeah, or I mean, even the Soul Guide Lantern can just cycle
Yeah.
every turn.
yeah, we could eat or just eat Uro.
He could also start milling himself with Grindstone.
That's
I don't
true.
know. I don't know how awesome that is, but it's a thing
Not-
he could do.
It's 3 mana to activate. If that's your whole turn, I think you feel pretty bad about it. It is the invention grindstone, though. Craft is sort of all in on this deck.
Is steadily getting more and more pretty.
Did I just see a Seeker in Luke's hand?
I'm not sure, but if he has a Spell Seeker here, the Soul Guide Lantern can break up the combo.
Yep. I think Luke wants him to dunk that Soul Guide Lantern on Uro so that he can go off.
I mean, he's not under any pressure here to do that. Luke's only got the 2 cards in his graveyard, the Mesa and the Uro. I don't know if it'd be super advantageous of him to go ahead and crack that Soul Guide Lantern here, but playing against Luke quite a bit recently, he's very patient with the combo. If if there's a situation where the coast is not clear to go for the combo, he just uses it as a value piece.
Yep. So he did get the Ephemerate, and now he's getting something else. It'll probably be Time Walk, but he can't deploy this turn. He doesn't have the mana for it. So we're just digging, probably just wondering what the best thing to do is. Because
we can go get Neoform. He also has a suite of removal spells. Like, it looks like he's going to pick up a Swords to Plowshares.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, he's just going for. Yeah, and we're getting
like the instep. We're going to crack the map.
Wonder what he's getting. An academy of some kind.
No, again with the toolbox. there's a number of silver bullet lands in there that he could go get.
It is true. I guess he's got a decent amount of mana, right? No, it's the academy.
Let's pick up Tolarian Academy.
Totally reasonable for him to get anything else, and it's academy. Generally speaking, we get the pointed cards. It's interesting that Grixis on that Welder or artifact-based decks now have sort of totally abandoned green. Before, it felt like they used them for some loop engines. They used them for crop rotation and
to find the academy.
Yeah, and some other value pieces, but I don't think they need it anymore. The deck's just better as on 3 colors.
Big thing that the Grixis Welder specifically has picked up recently is Chaos Defiler.
I don't want to talk about that card.
I would love to talk about Chaos Defiler.
Oh my god,
it is a banger.
5 mana for a 5/4 trample. Great on rate. It's an artifact, and when it enters the battlefield, choose a permanent for each opponent, and then destroy one at random. Spoiler: you only have one opponent.
Again, a card that was designed for a commander game. Who would have thought it would have been crazy in a 1-on-1? I do not know what that card that Kraft just played was, but I believe it killed Spellseeker and Charming Prince.
Yeah, I don't know. It was hard to see. They got it right.
Looking at it, and I feel like I should know what that card is, but I do not.
Set. Oh, it's one of the new ones. It's an artifact creature that on ETB pings.
Oh, I know what it's. Jeez.
It was
something Archer or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Mitch was on this the other day. Killed a bunch of my stuff with it. Got a Palace Jailer.
Gonna take out the Emery.
Yep. As is your wont. As is the way of the Monarch.
From the Monarch.
I like this play. We get to. There's not a lot of opposition here to take the Monarch from Craft's side. You sort of got the board clogged to get some additional mana. or some additional cards. Craft figuring out his play here. What is that card at the hotel?
This looks like a TARDIS, though.
Yeah. It's probably an altar. It looks like he sacrificed it.
So it was tapping for mana, and now he pumped in a bunch of mana with his Tolarian Academy and cracked it to do something. I have no idea what.
Oh, it's an Inventor's Fair.
Interesting.
Yeah, if it's a land that he can crack to find an artifact, it's an Inventor's Fair. He's probably going to get that Chaos Defiler right now. Or no, it's a
Phantasmal Image.
Metamorph.
Or Metamorph.
Phyrexian Metamorph. It's going to make a copy of the Palace Jailer, become the Monarch, take one of his opponent's creatures, get his Emery back. That is a slick 2-for-1 right there, my friend.
Yeah, Phyrexian Metamorph, very powerful clone effect.
I think we've seen a lot of. Oh, there's the Obliterator.
Yes, Defiler in the bin there.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of the meta adjusting to these static effects. Oh, he has to read it. A lot of these static effects of like the Initiative and the Monarch, where it was very powerful at first, and then people figured out that it's a liability also.
Some game states it is not advantageous for you to introduce that mechanic.
No, and you don't consider the fact that they can get the Monarch or the Initiative without attacking sometimes.
Right.
And then you don't have the board state to take it back from them. Yeah, we got that.
Swords Plowshare is going to take out the Emery here.
Yeah, smart, especially with that Chaos Defiler in the bin. You don't want that coming out anytime soon.
No, absolutely not.
So the Seeker's in the graveyard, which would be a worse thing if Luke didn't also run basically every Eternal Witness effect.
Yep. Eternal Witness, Timeless Witness.
Unfortunately, Ephemerate is permanently exiled now. He had no target for it.
There's an Aether Spellbomb. I'm also running, in my Seeker Walk list, I have Regrowth. As a tutorable Eternal Witness effect. You can go get it with Spellseeker.
I think it's totally reasonable. It's one of the reasons that I think the 3-mana Regrowth that has a land on the back,
Balaged
Recovery, hasn't seen as much play because it's 3 mana rather than 2.
An Oni Cult Anvil gonna sack that Grindstone, deal him a damage, and make a Construct token.
That's smart. That Grindstone wasn't gonna win him the game.
There's a Court of Calling for 3, it looks like.
Probably getting that Eternal Witness out. Oh, and there's the Opposition Agent.
Oh, gross. And that's going to wrap up game 1.
Yeah, I had Craft Opposition Agent in my Urza Saga.
Craft's last card in hand, an Opposition Agent. You know, that's one of those cards that it just seems so absurd when you read it, right? Anytime you get a Mind Slaver your opponent. On a 3 mana with a 3 mana creature that has 3 power that lets you Mind Slaver them and cast spells. Right? Yep. Seems absurd. Every time I play that card, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah. Craft is a master at wielding that like a scalpel, where he will sandbag it forever. You'll feel totally safe. And then your Urza Saga will hit its final chapter and he'll steal your Shadow Spear.
Nasty boy.
He won't Stone Rain you with it. He'll let you fetch. He doesn't care. He'll let you fetch. That's fine.
You don't want to land.
No, he wants the juicy stuff.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I've just been playing the Opposition Agent incorrectly. Wait for my opponent to Demonic Tutor, then do it.
Yeah, and that's honestly the best way that I've seen it used. Is he just holds it. He'll hold it and hold it and hold it for turns, and you will not see it coming. And then you'll be like, okay, I got this one thing. You know, I have the answer in my deck. I'm going to go ahead and tutor that right now. And he's like, excellent. I will take that. Yeah, I'll take your Eternal Witness. That's totally fine. I like that card too. Yeah, that was definitely game over. I think Opposition Agent also one of the few non-artifact creatures or artifact cards in general in Craft stack. Like the card doesn't care about artifacts. It's not an artifact.
So if you're playing black,
basically,
should you just be playing an Opposition Agent? Is that where we are with Opposition Agent?
There's very few reasons not to play it.
Sure.
I don't play it in Dredge, but
yeah, I can see that.
That deck just doesn't.
You're playing a hyper-focused, very linear deck. You
Yeah.
can't afford to, have a random opposition and you're opening 7 cards after you've mulliganed twice already.
Yep.
I guess it's easy to put it on the bottom at that point. But I can definitely see Opposition Agent not being in Dredge.
You're not function like Dredge doesn't function at instant speed a whole lot, and like it's also a deck with red that doesn't play Ragavan, so
Sure. You don't particularly care about taking your opponent's things. You just want to squeeze all the value out of those cards in your hand anyway. Is that a Voice of Resurgence in Luke's hand?
Was it?
I think Luke has a Voice of Resurgence in his hand, and I'm very excited.
That card's very good.
Not because I think it's particularly good in this matchup. I'm just very excited to see a Voice of Resurgence.
I think that card is great, and particularly in a
it
deck
is.
that plays,
It's definitely a Voice of Resurgence.
Well, he plays the Emerge card, the 1 green sorcery, sack a card, sack a creature, get a new creature, Eldritch Evolution.
Oh, sure.
So yeah, that's gonna be a good easy target.
Voice of Resurgence, what 3 mana Teferi did before 3 mana Teferi existed.
Oh yeah,
It's
unkillable.
It's like Teferi 2.0.
Yeah, it's the card you want to sacrifice. It's the card you want to die in combat.
It also just makes it really bad for your opponent to play instance on your turn.
Yeah, they'll wait. They'll wait constantly. It makes Force of Negation terrible. We got what is that? Preordain?
It's a Preordain. Looks like he went top.
Yeah. I will say I've been consistently.
Oh, we got fast mana. Mox Ruby,
Mox.
Mox Opal. I have no idea what that card he was.
Very shiny glare card.
Here's the Voice of Resurgence.
There's a voice. Now Kraft has some interesting decisions here, where he's got a lot of mana, but he has fewer cards in hand now. So, we've got a Vault Whispers, and that's a Brea's Apprentice. Brea's Apprentice comes down, makes a Thop. Interestingly, it's a card that makes the thing that gets it back out of the graveyard with Welder. So it's sort of.
So you can just loop it.
Oh yeah.
Again.
Yeah, you can use it as basically an undying blocker.
Those are just really good on its own, right? Lets you draw cards. It attacks pretty well.
Mm-hmm. And fun story. So sacrifice an artifact. That ability, tap, sacrifice an artifact, choose one. It is itself an artifact, so you can tap it, sacrifice itself.
Sure.
To basically get an impulse draw, and then get it back with the Welder from the Thopter that it made. So then you can the next turn get another impulse draw.
Nice.
What'd we get?
Scalding Tarn and found a Tundra. I'm still trying to figure out what that card on the left of Brea's Apprentice is.
I'm just happy I know Brea's Apprentice. I played we cracked a lot of Modern Horizons too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm deeply familiar with basically every card. Oh, we got an Uro. Yeah, we got a Yavimaya. And a... What is that? Was that an Aether Vial? I think it was an Aether Vial.
He Uro'd, played a Yavimaya, and then played an Aether Vial.
Smart. Okay. So Uro, kind of providing some additional card advantage. Let him get another land drop. He kind of got full value off of that.
I mean that's exactly the thing that you want to string together when you set up an Uro, right? You want to get your life, draw your card, put another land into play, and cast something else. It lets you double spell, get a whole bunch of tempo. I mean, there's just no way he can outpace Kraft at this point, though. He's firing on all cylinders. He had the fast mana. He's got the Brea's Apprentice, producing additional card advantage.
That is all true. At the same time, Luke is a combo deck that can kill you out of literal nowhere.
The card that we could not see was, in fact, a Chromatic Star.
Oh, he just made extra mana. And that was a land that goes away forever. Looks like a Scalding card.
Brea's Apprentice.
Oh, okay.
To bottle the top card of his deck.
Got it. It turned out to be a land. That's fine. Don't need another land yet. What is that?
I think it's a Voltage Surge.
Okay.
Voltage Surge. Chase uncommon from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty.
Chase common.
Oh, it is a common.
Yeah. That's just a good card, man.
Oh, Aethervial going to tick up. He's going to put a counter on that. The token there is the
Elemental
from the Voice of Resurgence.
Currently a 1/1. I think Luke is a little terrified of the mana held up on Craft's side. Gotta contain.
Has one card in hand though.
Yeah, but that one could be the.
It could be the opposition agent.
Yeah. Do you ever bait out an opposition agent with a fetch land? You ever try to?
No, I literally never play around that card.
Oh, okay.
Don't know if I've ever had one cast against me. Oh yeah, a long time ago, right after that card came out, you played an opposition agent against me.
And you killed it.
I don't think I have ever. That's the only time anybody has ever played one against me.
Yeah, the only time I've ever been gotten by one was.
And every time I try to put that card in the deck, I just hate it. It doesn't do anything. It's a 3/2 with flash, and that's all it does.
But then other people play it, and they're like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Guess what time it is?
Initiative, baby.
It's time to venture into the Undercity.
Luke is taking the initiative.
Luke plays a White Plume Adventurer.
Easily the best initiative creature.
To search his library for a basic land.
Why does this card exist? Nobody knows.
Remember earlier we were talking about maybe it's not advantageous of you to introduce this mechanic.
Yeah.
So he's staring down an evasive threat.
Yeah.
With no way to block it. He does have a Palace Jailer in his hand. He's got the Aethervial on 2. So at this point, Kraft is going to be able to take the initiative from him.
I don't think he can defend it though. I think Luke was going to get hit either way, and now he can get some incremental advantage coming back and hitting his opponent. And both of them are at high enough.
Look, it's a Hull Breacher.
Woof. Oh, he played it on his end step, so should get another. No, the actual voice is dead. Yep. So he hits him with the Ornithopter, gets it. Unfortunately, now Kraft can defend it with the Hull Breacher, which I think you trade against the White Plume Adventurer every day. Like if he attacks with that White Plume Adventurer, you just say okay.
Absolutely, yeah. You get to hold on to the initiative. You get to get rid of one of your opponent's best cards in their deck.
Yep. A card that untaps their creatures too. Yeah, it does feel like Luke is just kind of clogging up the board right now.
Here's a Apprentice going to sack the Thopter token. Looks like a Expedition map.
Nice.
That's going to be up top. There's a Third Path Iconoclast. Now he's going to cast that. He's going to make a
Soldier token. Oh yeah. Card's very good. Has 2 different arts too. One for Urza, one for Mishra.
Token?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Got a couple of packs of that set for Christmas.
There is the third path iconoclast.
Notably, they are artifacts as well. This card, third path iconoclast, way better than Young Pyromancer.
I would hazard that this is in the top 2, if not the best Pyromancer that's ever been printed.
What's number 1? Monastery Mentor?
Monastery Mentor is very, 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 very good.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's 3 mana...
But it is an army in a can.
Yeah. So the thing about third path... Well, actually, Monastery Mentor shares this as well. They trigger off of any non-creature spell. So artifacts, planeswalkers, enchantments, they all trigger that.
Yeah.
Whereas, with Young Pyromancer... it's only instants and sorceries. And if you go back even further, Talrand the Sky Summoner.
Oh my god. the dollar bin rare that is in every Masters set.
Yeah, Talrand.
Oh my god. You would. It's not a bad card, it's just everywhere. I don't think Luke's out of it yet. We have a Time Walk in hand. So we definitely have outs.
Yeah, but at this point, it is not going to be easy for him to take that initiative back, and that's just going to keep pushing the advantage bar further and further in Kraft's direction.
Yeah, Kraft is going to have a real clock in the coming turns. He's going to be able to
come in for a Deputy of Detention.
Ooh.
Deputy of Detention going to take care of that Hull Breacher.
Now he's got an ability to swing it if he needs to. Yep, he's going to trade. Totally reasonable for Kraft there.
Well, he clears out the board a little bit. Now he gets to follow it up with a time walk.
Oh, that's nice.
So
he's going to be able to tick up, draw.
Walk now, 7 points. Take an extra turn after this one.
Real good. Very, very undercosted card. It's really the cost that you're paying the 7 points for, because Time Warp, 5 mana, same effect, 0 points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's Time Walk is also the reason that Spellseeker is 3 points. Yeah, he's got the initiative back.
He's gonna crack in with both. Looks like
domed him for 5.
Oh, I thought for a second he was gonna scry.
No.
But he is just gonna put 2 counters on the Deputy of Detention.
Yeah.
There's 1 card left in hand. It's a Ponder.
It's interesting.
He sees 2 lands, and I am not sure what that third card is. It's a blue card.
Looks like a shuffle to me. We don't want to lock ourselves into land.
There is an Eternal Witness.
Yep. Anything that'll get that back. Is he really?
He did go top, and he drew that blue card, whatever it is.
I didn't see what it was, but those are the 2 lands. Woof. Locking yourself
4 mana
with a Ponder.
He's going to unearth the Uro.
Okay. Not a bad plan.
That time walk really just kind of gave him the extra resources that he needed to be able to get back into this.
Yeah, it's interesting how much work that 1 card did for him. He had the Deputy of Detention to come in and clear the board out. Was able to
get the initiative back and then follow it up with an Uro.
Yeah. And now Kraft is...
He's still at a healthy life total of 22.
Yeah.
Kraft's just looking at 10 life points.
Did Luke exile the Time Walk with the Uro?
Is it graveyard?
I think that's totally fine.
But what? Yeah, absolutely.
That the clock has now just become 1 turn. Kraft has 1 turn to deal with this.
Oh, is that the mysterious Inventor's Fair again?
Yep.
Looks like it. Does Inventor's Fair cost 4 mana to crack?
I believe it is 4 mana, tap and sacrifice it, find an artifact from your graveyard and put it into your hand. I've never played the card before.
No, it is 4 mana.
No, it's 4, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And it does gain you a nominal amount of life that everybody forgets. It's probably getting Chaos Defiler or... Oh, the bridge. That'll provide a little bit of... Yeah, unfortunately for Kraft, Luke gets to dome him for 5 next turn.
5. But then what
Yes.
happens after that? Kraft
He gets-
has 1 card in hand.
Yeah, then Luke just gets to write out the initiative for the until Kraft can do anything, or until Luke does something. There's the nice thing about the initiative, nice being relative, is that it does give you some level of inevitability, where if the game stalls and you have the initiative in a couple turns, you're going to be able to dome them for 5 again.
Oh, that's true, I guess. Yeah.
Especially in a deck that wants to take infinite turns.
But at this point, what are we looking at here? The Inventor's Fair kind of saves him. At least it gives him a few more draw steps.
It does.
I don't know if he has a better option other than to shut down Luke's ability to kill him immediately.
I agree. I think Luke is just looking for a way to blow up the bridge, which he has.
Yeah, he has several ways to do that.
He's got Knight of Autumn.
Kasali Pride Mage, Cankerbloom, perhaps.
Yeah, any of those effects really will do it.
He's just going to draw and pass the turn back to draft.
Totally fine. There's no pressure here.
Baleful Strix is going to do a really good job of taking the initiative away.
Uh-oh. What was that? Counterspell?
No,
that's a Hole Breacher.
Yeah, he tapped the Aether Vial and put a Hole Breacher in.
So now he's not going to draw. He's going to make... Oh, my God.
But he still can't block this Baleful Strix.
No, but it didn't draw him a card, and now Luke gets a turn. He's going to be able to draw 2 cards.
No, that Baleful Strix looks pretty hot to me. I think it's going to be able to take this initiative and run away with this game.
Got a Fintorn Elves. Interesting.
And a Confluence.
Yeah, card's very good. Yeah, Kraft having 1 card in hand will be able to hit him and take that initiative. Wow. I know you love this card, so...
Baleful Strix, one of the all-time greats.
Is it just the art?
No, that card is so much.
It's pretty much everything you want.
Exactly.
This deck especially.
It's an evasive threat. It rattlesnakes anything.
It draws you a card immediately.
Draws you a card. It replaces itself right away. I mean, this is basically Time Walk. Baleful Strix is basically Time Walk.
But what if it had Flash? Yeah, I think Kraft is definitely behind, but he's stabilized a fair bit here.
Know if Luke is ever going to be able to get the initiative back, to be honest.
That's the hard part, unless he plays another initiative creature, in which case Kraft is going to be able to steal it again.
Kraft doesn't have any. That is the
Witness
hideaway. The card is nuts.
It's very good. That's from the original Modern Horizons set. I played so much of that set.
Hideaway on a creature was fine.
It's that card is incredible. I drafted the green-blue snow deck so many times with the iceberg Cancrix, the crab.
Oh yeah,
love that card. The chill crab that loves to hang out. It's funny how wild this game has turned back and forth between the 2 players.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Kraft has just bought himself so much time. He's going to be able to draw extra cards. Well, no, not extra cards. The Hole Breacher's still in play. Nope, that shouldn't have been drawn. Hole Breacher should have just made that token.
What did he draw an extra card of? I thought that was just the card he drew for turn. Oh, no, for
off
the room.
The initiative, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Judge.
It's fine. And we got that archer.
I cannot remember what the name of that thing is. It has channel.
Does it? Definitely from Neon Dynasty then.
Driving me nuts that I don't know what it is though.
This is sort of unfortunately one of the ways that you can sort of stall out a combo deck is just that bridge is just nobody can bang in. What's that one?
Runes.
Oh, Stepmom.
what does he get with this Urza Saga?
Probably a Shadow Spear.
But that is
that Painter Servant?
It's a Painter Servant.
That's pretty good.
So now we know what he gets with the Urza Saga. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Luke can't get rid of this Ensnaring Bridge next turn, Kraft wins.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. Let's see. Grindstone only 1 mana to cast.
Grindstone is 1 mana. Yep.
Yeah. Huh. Hadn't considered that. It's funny when I had said that Luke can just ride the initiative through to the end. I hadn't considered that Kraft could steal it and also ride it through to the end. And this is exactly what I was talking about, how the initiative was sort of this broken mechanic that took over games on its own. But now that people have learned to play around it, have turned it into this really crippling detriment in certain situations. I don't think that Luke was wrong to deploy it. I just think that Kraft is an expert at playing his deck.
So we've talked about this quite a bit before, and that is there's another additional card draw. Judge, we've talked about this before, and that I think that a really, really good way to combat these sort of
it's too many card draws. There's a brainstorm. Oh no.
Oh wow, none of this should be happening. We know that none of it matters though, because
Oh wait, did he lose his? Is his Hull Breacher actually in the graveyard?
I believe it actually is. Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Now that I'm looking at the graveyard, the Hull Breacher is in fact in the graveyard.
We're idiots.
Anyways, so one of the ways to really kind of combat these clunky creature combo-y mid-rangey decks is to just play a deck that has a 2 or 3 card combo in it.
Oh yeah.
So in this case being Painter Servant Grindstone.
Yeah.
These decks, while they do have like some amount of interaction and removal, they're not paying a large density of it where they can just be really selective about what they're using it on. They kind of just use it to facilitate their winning of the game.
Yep. And I think there's a couple of these different things inside of Kraft's deck where he can kill you with tons of tokens or tons of artifacts, or he can stall out the game, get his combo together, and kill you.
Yep.
And unfortunately, one of the things that Seeker Walk doesn't do well is combat a deck that can just stall you out forever, especially after you've already exiled your own Time Walk. Because even with infinite turns, Luke is going to have to find a way to get the initiative back or attack in some meaningful way.
Find a way to kill these problematic permanents that are going to win the game.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Luke is not Saga going to Chapter 3 here. I believe we're going to see this go get a Grindstone, and that'll just be the end of this game.
Yeah. He doesn't even have to cast it. And I'm pretty sure Luke doesn't run Stifle.
Yep, it's Grindstone.
There's the Grindstone. What a match, though. When there's 30, 40 permanents in play, stocked graveyards, big exile zones, that's a heck of a match. Unfortunately,
there was a lot of haymakers in that. Yeah, so that's it. It's going to go 2-0 to Kraft playing Grixis Welder.
What a series. What a way to go. Sort of, man, I really would have put all my money on Luke there after he got Uro deployed. Got him down to a wonder clock.
He did make a heck of a comeback with that time walk.
It really was a 1-turn clock. Kraft had to do something about it that turn or die.
Bridge was his only out.
Yep.
To give him a chance to buy more. To give him a chance to buy more turns, and he really just kind of drew, rock solid off of the top there. He had the Saga.
You got the Ensnaring Bridge,
and he hit the Painter Servant.
Strix. Yeah.
The Baleful Strix, though, MVP. Baleful Strix MVP.
Stealing the initiative with the Baleful Strix is absolutely probably the best thing he could have pulled off at the top. Just being able to have a way to get around his own ensnaring bridge to hit his opponent and then just wait.
That's going to do it for this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn the notification button on so that you get notified every time we upload a video. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
I'd love that for you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.